Guys are awful quiet. Go ahead.
What did you think of your defense tonight?
We made some, they give, you got to give your opponents some credit. First of all, they did some good things against us, and we hung in there, and we got quite a few unscouted looks today that they gave us. Once again, you try to make the best call you can for them. So I never, until I look at the film, and that's not a cop out. Some things you can't see from the side, but we did a lot of adjustment during the game.
You mentioned the unscouted looks. What did you guys see that you hadn't seen?
Midline versus a nose guard. Haven't seen that since probably playing a true wishbone like Oklahoma in the '85 season. I haven't seen that in a long time. I've seen it against the three technique, practiced it against the three. We've done that. It's hard to do it against the nose because the nose clamps onto the center. But when your nose is playing a little bit thick sometimes on the guard, that's what they ran it, which has been a long time since I've seen that. I hadn't seen them ever do the option there, the down the line option.
Looked like you guys had success when you did dial up the pressure. What is it a difficult balance to maybe blitz or put some pressure on the quarterback?
It always is, because you always want to try to be balanced in what you do and why you're doing it. And I think sometimes what happens is you get one behind. They get ahead of you one. They caught us a couple times. We've got to make the tackles. A couple times you get off the field in third down. I think that was a very disappointing thing for me today. I think it was 8 of 15, and that's something that we've got to pride ourselves in, is getting off the field. Some of those third downs were long third downs. The medium ones, they're going to get. They'll make a good throw, a good catch. They did a really good job of mixing up their protections, whether it was slide, full slide, turn protection. They kept changing that up.
How much did Eddie's absence hurt things tonight?
Once again, not having that guy in the middle. I mean, he's a dominant football player, and not having him the second half. There you go. JTM had to go back inside, hadn't practiced there a lot. So he's kind of our guy that goes and plays a lot of different positions, and it's hard for him to play, to do a lot of things when he doesn't get reps at it constantly. Nick Terry's in there, but Nick's a new guy. So, and I think Coach McClure does a good job trying to rotate those guys and keep them fresh. I don't ever want to make an excuse because we didn't have players. That's not right. It's because our opponent, you got to give them credit. They did a fine job tonight.
What did you think of Josh Woods today? It seems like
it's interesting. Josh played a lot of Sam for us today. He plays in the middle. He plays all kind of different positions. I thought he played well. He's going to be a really fine football player someday.
Is it cause for concern just in the second week that your opponent has racked up yards on the ground?
Yeah, it's something we have to get a handle on. Once again, a lot of it has to do with the quarterback running the football is giving us some problems. So we just have to keep working on it as hard as we can, and hopefully we'll get that thing solved. Once again, you just don't ever want to take anything away from your opponent. They did a good job tonight.
What did you think of the pass defense?
I thought we were pretty good. Once we figured out a couple things, what they were doing, I thought that Coach Martin made a couple really good adjustments at halftime with what we were trying to get done, and we changed up playing. I don't know his name. He's pretty good, number 83. He's a really good football player, and we changed up how we covered him. And I thought Coach Martin did a really good job of getting us into that change of coverage.
It looked like rather than keep your cornerbacks on the same side of the field, you had more route track. What is that?
Yeah, we did. We moved him around to different sides of the field. You kind of figured what kind of day it was going to be like when they went up top on the first play, and that didn't help my breakfast on that one. It started to come up because I saw it coming, and I was like, oh boy.
What type of a threat does he present for your defense?
He's a pretty good football player. I think he's, as you can see, a lot of, mad at myself on the third down he caught. It's on me. That's a terrible call. When he got on the sidelines there at the half, that's one that, as I said, when you go into this and you look at things and you sit down and you evaluate what you're doing as a coach, you always better look at yourself first. And, because that's just kind of how it goes. Because the kids will, lose respect for it if you don't say, boy, this wasn't a very good call here, this wasn't a good call. We're a team, we work as a team, but you have to look at yourself first and see how can I help those guys and put them in a better position.
Do you have any update on TAC heading into this week?
Do not, our medical people will let us know what they think, but not right now, no. Would I have liked to have had him today? Sure. I mean, first game, would he have 4 tackles in the first 10 plays? He's a force, but hopefully we'll get him back.
Why was Jaleel not out there today?
Yeah, he had some bumps and bruises too. We had some guys who were banged up a little bit, and you know, you're always very hesitant. You know, what happens is you get into like Dion. I mean, he's had concussion symptoms, boy, and you know, the docs got to be extra cautious on those things. You know, another guy you'd love to have, just he had some reoccurrences this week and not worth a chance. Never worth a chance.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Tom.